I got to tell you, massive fan of Westerns. I freaking love them. If you've ever heard of Bonanza, my mom used to watch it, and I
Yeah.
grew in. I have Lorne Greene's director chair in my
No
living
way.
room.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. His son had an auction a couple of years ago, and I went through the items, and I'm like, I have to have this. And it's got like a little TP on this on the back, and it's green, and it's just awesome. So when I knew this was coming, I'm like, this is not Bonanza. This is very raw
Yes,
and
right.
in your face, your series, but it's good. It's very well done. Taylor, how did you prep for this? Like,
I didn't.
how much more physical was it than you expected it to be?
Man, I think we were just talking about cowboy camp actually. So we had like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks of learning to ride. I had never really been on a horse. And thank God my double is incredible on a horse. That was a big part of prep, obviously. Learning Shoshone was a big part. Learning about the culture was probably everything to Isaac, or creating him. And I guess it's like, I don't know, you never know what you've really signed up for till it's like probably a week in. So you're just prepping as much as you can with cowboy camp and with Betty and trying to get these characters aligned and realigned and figuring out our arc, which is probably the most important part of your prep. But yeah, it was a wild ride.
Horse riding can hurt too. I had
Oh
to
my
take it.
God.
Dude, I took it as an elective. I lived in Santiago,
Why?
Chile when I was a kid. Dad was oil and gas, and we were down there because everybody in Texas is oil and gas, you know. And so we went to Santiago, and in my school it was international school, and they're like, you can take elective, and you had to choose, and it was horse riding. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
No, man, I was sore, like I couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
Well, it's like my first time riding was, I literally wanted to ask for a pad, which wouldn't go over well with the Cowboys. So I never did, but
Yeah.
I regret it.
I remember being nervous because all during cowboy camp, they're like, as long as you're calm, the horse is calm. Like, you are one animal together. And then we start shooting, and every scene we're like, ah! Like your character's screaming. There's explosions and gunshots. Yes. And I remember one of the wranglers being like, these are movie horses. They're calm. Don't worry. And then months later, something happened. And I was like, well, I can take comfort in the fact that these are movie horses. And the guy was like, who told you that? I was like, you did. He was like, oh, that's not a real thing. I was like, okay,
Oh,
great.
wow. You know what I love? I love the fact that you guys it's called Cowboy Camp. I know it's completely different than what I think in my mind. Like, I picture you all sitting around the campfire with beans on the fire and guitars, and you guys are singing. But I know it's a lot different. Betty, tell me, what is Cowboy Camp? Is it just nonstop prepping and training?
It's just learning how to ride.
Yeah.
Professional riders who, most of them had been riding since they were 3 years old, you know, teaching a bunch of actors how to be on a horse and look comfortable on a horse. Yeah, and I did it in a corset, so I feel like I get extra points there.
It's like the little things too, like being conscious of like walk in front of them. Don't, like, if you're a horseman, you're not going to walk on the backside.
Right.
Obviously, it's just those little things. And if you are, your hand is letting the horse know that you're going to walk around. It's those little idiosyncrasies that kind of will separate you from everyone else that is going to be watching, being like, oh, he doesn't even know that. You know, it's learning those things, getting up real quick, drawing a gun on the horse. It's those little things that hopefully you're comfortable, because you have to shift your whole weight if you're going to do that. And it's all those little things that kind of put you there.
Dang, no beans and campfire songs.
And beans and campfire songs.
All right, y'all, be safe. Great to see you both again.
Okay.
Seriously.
Thanks
so much.
Only on the Backstage Experience.